Today's the day where I start getting the panels on. So, go to the word, the homeowner got some paint, so I've just slung an emulsion coat on there so then I can look at getting the radiator fixed on there. I've just done that, and I've just slung a second coat over there. Right, so what I'm going to do now, it's a bit of a jigsaw, but I'm just getting all these bits cut first because this back corner is going to be the hardest one to do. So, because I've got to get the board in, wiggle it round, avoid the pipe. So I'm going to cut a strip from there to there, another strip from there to there, and then cut the top strip for there. Then we've got to try and wiggle the panel in. Now my plan is I'll get the panel up here, get it cut to size, and what I'll do is these two edges and this here I'll glue to this side of the panel before I slot it in. And then I'll try and have it sort of at an angle, slot the top piece on, push it back and get that in. Now you've got play there anyway, so we'll see how it goes. There may be some swearing, there may not be, but we'll find out, won't we? Right, so I've just got them wedged in there for now. So that's down to the floor, up to the underside of the pipe, and then from there to there. There's no way of avoiding that, I'm afraid. Then what I've done is I've just cut the top bead in there. So what I'm doing is I'm getting all this ready for when I've got the board cut, so all this could just fix on and push back. You'll notice I've cut off a bit of there so it doesn't overlap onto this, so that sits nice and flush to the bevel, and that'll sit nice and flush to the bevel too. Next thing is now getting the panel cut. Right, what I'm going to do just to make sure I get this right, I need to know how much I've got in there, how much overlap of the bead, so then I can deduct that from there to there and that from the piece I'm going to cut. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a piece of this behind. You could use a bit of paper, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mark that off, and that gives me how much it's going in by. And if I do a quick measure, that is 8mm. So I've got an 8mm lip. That's same on both sides. And then what we need to know, we need to know the distance from there to the outside. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to sit that there, and I'm going to measure that from there to there, and that comes up as 24mm. So that's 24mm. That's from the wall there to this edge here. Right? So 24, take away the 8 gives us 16mm. So that's what we need to take off from there, and that should just get us to the inside corner of there then, and it'll be the same on the other side. So I'll get a full measurement and then we'll do a bit more. Right, I've just stuck a piece of that on there temporarily. Okay, so I've done a full width measurement and I have got 895mm, which I've written there. Right, so the distance from that to there and that corner from there to there is 16mm on each side, so that's 32mm. Take that off there, off the 895. That gives us 3, that gives us 6, that gives us 8. So 863, if I just do that, should take us, shame I haven't got a smaller tape measure. Let's just see if I've got, oh no, that's too big. Let's go to about there. 863, yeah, I think that should do it. Let's have a look, go to there. Yeah, quite happy with that. Now, I've got to go and cut the panel, which is all the way downstairs in the garage. So these are the back panels what are going in. Nice, easy panels. Oh, call it UK. Easy panels, whatever it's bloody called. But you notice the tape side is the back side, so you don't have to fret too much about going down it with your knife, because you're not going to score the surface. show these because these seem to be the best value for money, and this is the second time I've seen a client get these, so there must be some good in it. Also, if you notice, you can see the protective corners, and look, and even a little handy destruction book. Cut the tongue off, tongue and groove fixing, adhesive sealants, grab, bar, easy peasy, lemon pimple. Alright, I'm going to get rid of that there. Right. Oh, sir. Now it's the first time I've seen these. Let's see if I can just give myself a bit of space. Oh, static! What air I've got standing up on end. Right, let's have a look. Right, that's going to go that way. So it's got the protective corners on, so whew. There we have it. They're pretty nice, aren't they? Right, so what we've got to do is got to cut that lip off so you can slot it into that bead. So we'll do that first. Then we'll get our size, what we need. Right, I've just cut that with a fan tooth saw. I didn't film it because I don't like the stress. But anyway, you see there's a slight gap at the top, but the trim will cover that. But this isn't going on this wall, it's going on that back wall. So what I'm going to do now is rotate it around so it lines up with this here and this here, to make sure I can get that pipe to where it needs to be, and make sure it just cuts out for that little bit there, and for the cable. So I'm just going to wrestle this round, slide it across, mark the panel with pencil, 2 points, easy peasy lemon pimple. Right, says in the instructions a good strong standing knife, so, or knife I should say, not Stanley, this is an ox tool, brand new blade, so I should just be able to cut through there. Obviously making sure I don't go into the panel. Take your time because you've only got one shot at it. Right, now that should on that bit again. What else was it attached to? Right, now that should give us, there's my little sample piece again. So what you've got now is that will slot into there and bury itself in there. So if I come up to here, you can actually see that there. There you go, look. So if I bring it right up to the end, you can see how far it goes past. And you've got the bigger lip sits behind. And there we go. That's that. Now what we need to do is get the overall width, don't we? So I've got the back panel started, done now. what I've done is I've put the corner beads on there and on there, because I can't put them in there and get the board in. That's where the pipe comes through, that's there, and that's the top piece. So I'm just going to let that set a bit, and then what I'm going to do is blob the gobble on the back. Don't really need showing how to do that, do you? And then slide the whole thing in place in one go. I've tucked the wires into there, and then what I should be able to do is grab that bit of copper and pull it back through. I stripped it right back just to make it easier. Turn the water off, took the stop end off, that'll pull out. Yeah, job's a good one. Oh, wish me luck. Yeah. Right, I've had that in. So what I'm going to do now, let's get the gob on the back. It's tight as a tight thing. It says you can put this on in blobs or in zigzags, so I don't think it really makes a great deal of difference. Let's change tubes. Make safe. Anybody with any military connections might know what that is. With a mastic gun of 1 cartridge, load. Got the panel in front in your own time. Carry on. Yeah, right, where was we? It's having the room. That's that. My mate's actually bought a electric mastic gun to make this easier. Let's get loads on. Right, have too much on then, not enough. Right, let's see if I can sway this into the corner. Right it there once. Right, that's in there. Seed V. Oh crap, we'll mount it somewhere else. Force that around the corner. That's my screw. That's it. You little beauty. That's it. That's bottom one. Push it right round. That's it. Brilliant. Same one there. That's lovely. Wow! That went better than I thought. So, the sawn edge is at the top because it's covered by the trim, and the machine edge is at the bottom, which will just get covered by a strip of mastic. Oh wow! Well, that's the hard bit done. Oh, that's a celebratory moment, that. That's good. So there's no big hole there. That's going to go into the doodah, and there's the cable for the shower. Woohoo! Yeah, well pleased with that. This is where I have heart failure. Getting it back in again. Right, where's that little off yet? What I did last time was, once I pushed it home at the top, I put a screw in. So where's my drill? There's my screw. Let's get that in there. Good job, that's only plastic, isn't it? That's pushed in there. Now blood on again. Right. Let's get. It does say put screws in actually. If you're going into a timber doodah. Now I'm just going to put these in just to hold it. And what I'm making sure is now it's pushed into there fully. Yeah, pleased with that. Oh dear me. Fucking plastic. Right. Keep. Right, same again for the other side. Right, so I've got the panels in. That was just sat there for now because I wanted to, because I've got enough, I've decided to run all the way across there. So that's not glued, I've just done that so they can use this tonight. There's the rainfall, there's the doodah, there's the effigy, and there's the shower, and there's the tray, and there's the plug hole. That was a nightmare. There's actually air pipes run through this, which I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, I'm still playing with it. I've still got a couple of things to attach, but it's about 4:30 now. But I wanted to get this on. But yeah, right. I'm now just going to set up a Heath Robinson outside, just to so the water can drain into the doodah. Guess who's back? Back again. Right on. So here I am, back in the bathroom, and looky what we have here. We've got the delivery of the units. So that's going to go against that back wall. So what I intend to do is get this wall plastered today. So this can be fit in. The waste pipe and hot cold feed to the sink unit can be put in place. That means then the floor can get put down. because obviously these units aren't going to get put in until the liner's down and we've got the ply down and everything else. So that's my main task for today. Shonky's going to go there and we'll get the last panel on there, get that drilled out as well. So the main thing, like I said, is get that wall complete. Right, where I'm plasterboard to the old stuff, I'm just going to fill that out a bit because there's a slight hollow, so I'm going to get that on first so that'll start to go off, and then I'll go back to this side and start filling in. Let the hawk up, give it a couple of flicks, and back in the bucket. Try not to splash the new plaster. I actually put SPR onto this wall and that bit there where I filled it out. And it just smooths out the transition a lot easier, makes the transition look a lot better. Let it settle down. A little bit on there. This is me just making the two differences in the plaster disappear between the old and the new. Right, let's leave that for 20 minutes. Don't want to play with it because you'll never get plaster smooth. Right on, it should be flat time now. I've brought my brew up with me. It's quite warm in here. Another way as well is I look at the plaster in here. I can feel that going off. And this is still my first mix, so I've not mixed another batch up. Remember, finish, it should only be 2 millimetres. necessarily putting I know I call it the second coat or whatever, but you're not necessarily putting a second coat, you're just filling in and helping level off a bit. Yeah, originally this was going to be getting all panelled out, and it was going to get panelled over the top of the old tiles, but then decided it might look a bit too clinical if it's panels all the way around, so decided not to. And then of course it meant all the tiles coming off, so that's extended this job way beyond what I'd initially planned. But it's all work, isn't it, at the end of the day? It's just push you back a bit, and I try to accommodate everyone the best I can. Because really, your regular customers, clients, whatever you want to call them, they become friends at the end of the day. And I like to think I am friends with this family. So, yeah. No friends in business, I think they say, but Christ, there's no harm in trying, is there? There you go, that's what's left out of what I mixed. So not a bad guess. Not wasting shed loads. But every bit you waste is money, isn't it? Right, I can pause you there. I'm going to go and clean the bucket out. Right, I just put the seat on so it fits nice flush to the front of here. Soft close. Just that's that. Cool. No problems, no issues?
No, never.
No tissues?
By the power invested in me, I declare this toilet open! Yay! Go!